Hello, and welcome to Unit 11, Teaching Listening. Readings that will help you with this unit are Chapter 7, Teaching Listening, but also Chapter 16, Teaching with Songs. A few notes about teaching listening. There's a big connection between speaking and listening. When we're speaking, we're usually responding to something we just heard. So our listening skills need to be top-notch in order to be able to speak well. We also have to have a purpose for listening. What are we looking for? Specific information? A general idea? What we're listening for affects how we listen. When you're teaching listening, you also really want to make sure to start simple. If you start with something big and complicated, your students are going to lose interest and they're going to get frustrated. So start with something simple, a small conversation or a fun story. That way, your students can gain confidence as you progress. Also, a big question that a lot of teachers ask is, how many times should my students listen to the recording? Once, twice, 4 times? How many times is too many? Generally, we say 2 to 3 times is helpful for your students. One thing I do is the first time that my students listen to something, I tell them, don't write anything. Don't take notes. Just listen. After that, they can start making note of the important points or whatever you're asking them to do. Another big idea with listening is, first, have them do this individually, and then let them connect to a bigger group before responding to you as the teacher. If they have the opportunity to talk to their peers before they talk to you about what they've just heard, you're going to get better responses and more confident students. There's also a big difference between created and authentic listening tasks. Created listening tasks generally have a lot of control over content and vocabulary, whereas with authentic listening, you're going to get a lot of mixed pronunciation and idioms and some maybe mispronounced words. So pay attention to what you want your students to get out of the listening task before you decide if you want created or authentic. Another thing to do about listening is reduce your students' anxiety about it. Tell them, hey, we're going to do this a couple of times, so it's okay if the first time you don't get it. Just pay attention, relax, and you'll be fine.